Welcome back to season 2 of In the Foxhole. Good day, Angela.
Hello. Excited to be kicking off season 2.
It is so crazy that what started out was just a crazy idea a little over a year ago and kind of transpired while we're in Costa Rica to start a podcast about the anti-highlight reels of business and life that came to life. And what a great first season we had last year. So many incredible speakers. Just a great way to kick off an incredible podcast for our viewers to be able to hear, be inspired, be motivated, to know that they're not alone on Pain Island, struggling by themselves while so many other entrepreneurs have either faced their challenges or currently going through it.
Yeah. Like you said, it was kind of a crazy idea birthed at the beginning of our relationship. We just knew we wanted to do a podcast together and fell in love with the name In the Foxhole and that anti-highlight reel. And it did just become, I think, so much more than we thought it would be. Like, we knew we wanted to do a podcast. We knew we wanted to talk about that, really be in the trenches with people. And from our very first studio day, we got such great stories from people, and not only learning about that and like the reflections of the audience, such a great reception of that. But my favorite parts were just those raw moments in the episodes with our guests, kind of them making some discoveries themselves as they would talk through things out loud. And just, when people are a guest and they're really pouring into and giving to the audience, it's just, like I said, amazing to see that moment live and amazing to see what it does for them sharing their story.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we had some incredible guests. I'm not going to go through them because I don't want to leave anybody out. They were just so good from the beginning to the end of season 1, just a wealth of knowledge. But, it was funny because like we talk about the intro, and then we asked for a win, then we asked to talk about a foxhole moment. And so often it was like, I'm currently going through one. These are very, very successful business owners, 7-figure, 8-figure business owners that are still currently, struggling in business and life. Just to goes to show that it doesn't matter at what level in life and business you're at, like there is an opportunity for you to have a foxhole moment, to be struggling, to want to raise that flag and just quit and just go all out and say, I'm done with it. So, for the viewers that were able to hear all our incredible speakers last season, I hope you were able to gain some inspiration from them and know that if you're going through something right now, that you're not alone. It doesn't matter what it may be, whether it's, maybe you just got some bad communication. Maybe you had a bad business deal. Maybe you just can't hire. Maybe this year is just kicking your ass because of the economy, whatever it is. There are so many other business owners out there right now that are in the same boat as you. So, just stay motivated, stay inspired, stay on the course, because there is hope and you're going to get through it. And we hope that you can get some clarity through the previous speakers and through season 2 from the speakers that we'll be interviewing over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, and stay connected. If you can, stay inspired and know that it's not just you, that, like you said, all these people, business owners, are still growing through foxhole moments, but stay connected. We talked in almost every episode about the importance of a tribe, and that importance is, so valuable in those foxhole moments, not just to stay inspired and root you on and get you to the next goal and give you cool new ideas, squirrels to chase. Those are all lots of fun, and it's great to have a tribe to do life with, and not only business to do life with. That's all lots of fun, but it is so important to really form those bonds and get them strong and really be in community, so that when you are in those foxhole moments, that you don't fall too low, that, your bounce back ability as a business owner, one of the biggest determining factors, I believe, is that community and tribe you surround yourself with.
Yeah. And it's great to be able to celebrate the wins and the losses. Because if I was to go to a friend of mine who's not an entrepreneur and try and talk about some of the struggles I'm going through, they'd be like, dude, I checked out at 4 p.m. Like, my day is over. Like, I don't want to hear this. But as entrepreneurs, we don't check out. Like, we're working 24/7. Even if we tell ourselves not to, we're probably thinking about something. Maybe when we're not supposed to, maybe we're at church or family dinner, like something's going through that mind. So to be able to build that tribe of the like-minded business owners, so that when you do have that moment, whether it's a good or a bad, and that's important too, to be able to bounce both off of, because you don't want somebody you can just bounce the wins off of. Like, you need to be able to get vulnerable with this person in your tribe, so that when you're down, you can just express yourself. And most times when I've done that and talked through a situation, just being able to talk out loud to somebody, I found the answer before they even said anything to me. It's like, JC, that's it. That's the answer. What were you thinking? And I'm like, hey, thanks for the talk. They didn't even say anything, but thanks for listening. And then we'll just go on to the next subject. But it's kind of funny just to be able to do that. But it's important to have that person or persons in your life. Grateful for you, Angela. Like, when I have bad days, I text you all the time. I'm like, today's not a good day. And I don't have to worry about you saying, suck it up, even though sometimes you probably should. You're able to help me talk through, whatever's going on, whether it's just maybe it's a personal problem, a work problem, whatever it is. And I've got so many other people out there that I can just, within like a second, call 2 or 3 people and know that I'll get a good answer, and not like, whatever, I'll deal with it later. Like, they'll be able to communicate, be able to provide some guidance for me. Maybe they've been through that too. Or maybe they say, just suck it up. Because you do need that sometimes too.
Oh, but yeah, there is nothing like having those people to call, and you're always in my corner too. Of someone to lift me up, because there are days that just, like we said, I mean, it can be not one of the major foxhole things that you'd identify when you look back on the life of your business. But several of our guests mentioned in season 1 that, if you don't want to burn it all down,
at least twice a week,
that you're not going big enough. You're not playing big enough. And so there's going to be those moments. There's going to be those days that you can't even identify, I think, what's going wrong. Like, there might have just been little things, but they add all up, and somehow you're just then not in the right mental space that you're like, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to give it up. And there's nothing like having those people in your corner. And I'll just go back to, because as we've talked about this, there's so many episodes. If you haven't listened to them, if you're just tuning in to season 2, there are so many times when you said you figured out the problems yourself, that you can watch in our guests' eyes. Just they're like live on the episode with us, and the people that were in the foxhole moments, it's like they're figuring it out, just talking through it. They decided to be vulnerable in front of an audience, and just talking through it, you could tell that they that they work those things out, and just made some revelations themselves.
So, speaking of foxhole moments, can we talk about maybe a recent one that we might have had?
Sure.
So it's been, I think, 3 months since since the end of season 1.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, we took on the ownership of Sales Boost, which is a great industry event for washing, window cleaners, Christmas lights, and some other industries as well too. And it's the first time I've done a show. You've done shows before too. So I didn't know what I was getting into, and you did. So that was great for us that you had some, at least, idea of what was going on.
Yeah,
but
not on this scale and not this event and us doing it together. But yeah, I did have some.
But industry shows in general this year have been down. And for the last 3 years, I consistently go to the same shows, and they've been on the rise. Tick, tick, tick. Like, every year, see growth, growth, growth. Sales Boost, same thing. And we took it over with high ambitions, high goals for Sales Boost, not knowing that 2024 would be a huge bust for a lot of shows. And, when you have high goals and want to shoot big, and then find out fast and hard that, well, the economy is not set up for this and people aren't ready to support this, it was a hard realization for you and I when we were going through the sales boost, getting ready for it, and trying to sell tickets of like, well, are we in over our heads or what are we going to do? Because the last thing we wanted to do was take on sales boost and have it be a bust and have it be a disappointment for those who did say, yes, we want to go. But we were able to, be in that moment together. We reach out to our tribe, spoke with Josh Latimer and some other great influential people in the industry and get some of that clarity and some traction to make Sales Boost the event of the year. So, we were just in the foxhole months ago, the beginning of March. I mean, it was painful.
It was painful. We went through some big foxhole moments, and like you said, took on this event. And if you watched us in the beginning, and I think we said it on this, you can definitely catch it on our Facebook lives that we first got together. We're like, we are two visionary entrepreneurs, and we're going to need an integrator before we ever need a therapist. And so, two visionaries taking this on with Pat, who's another extreme visionary. That we did. We just had these blow it out of the water goals to more than double the event. We were all so all in and excited about it. And just like with anything, there were external factors that we hadn't anticipated with events this year that other people really, like you said, a lot of other events struggled. And there were external factors that were out of our control that really made it a harder uphill climb. So we had that going. You had never done an event before. I had never done one in the industry. And it is a lot for a team, for a couple to take on doing an event anyway.
On top of running their own business.
Yeah, they have been married and like done a lot of big things together. And in our first year, taking on something this big that we're already running businesses and doing those and blending families and, taking on so many things to take on this event together. So it was a big, huge thing. And it was a big foxhole right before the event. I mean, there were many times on the road to it that,
I was ready to quit. I was ready to say, just shut it down and the hell with this show. And
ready to delete me.
But we persevered.
And like you said, it was, if you came and supported, thank you, or supported it anyway, or gave us encouragement in any way, became part of the Sales Boost family, it's because of all the people that showed up, the great speakers, the great sponsors, but it became an incredible event. And it is because of, like you said, our tribe, the people that helped us, that surrounded us, supported us. And it turned out incredible.
So during our season break, we had a huge foxhole moment. And I'm sure we'll talk more about it too. But again, I was ready to quit. I told Angela, I'm done. This is stupid. I don't want to do it anymore. And she said, we got this. We're going to get through this, and it's going to be a huge success. And it absolutely was. And I'm so incredibly thankful for that, for the opportunity to do it with you. And now I'm excited for season 2 of Sales Boost for us. So February 2025, we'll be doing it again down in Orlando, Florida. A little bit different this time with a little less stress. But we have just great momentum leaving Sales Boost. What is this, a month and a half ago now, 2 months ago. And, a lot of the people are ready for next year already. So
absolutely
that's exciting.
So stay tuned, watch the journey, become part of the tribe. There's lots going on with that. And lots going on with the future of that we're excited about.
Yeah. And this year we're off to a great start in business and life. We're about to head someplace. Where are we going?
So all kinds of, it's been a great year. We've shared the stage together this year. We maybe have talked about that once, but we shared the stage in Orlando. We've been doing some great things with Responsibid. We're off to a great business mastermind.
Orlando, Sales Boost, Clipicon.
We shared the stage at Clipicon, off to a great mastermind in Cancun. And then we have lots of other things in between, but a big trip to see our team in the Philippines. So I'm sure we'll have a whole episode on that as well.
Yeah, that'll be in August. I'm not a book person per se. I listen to a lot of Audible books, but Angela got me on this book, Buy Back Your Time. Dan, what's his name? Dan something Arnell.
That's a good question.
Dan, I don't know. Buy Back Your Time. If you're an entrepreneur, this is a book you must listen to.
Dan Martell.
Martell, sounds close. Great book on helping understand what we're doing wrong, trying to do everything ourselves by doing everything ourselves. So you've listened to it a couple times already?
Yeah, I am on my 4th time through, actually. I just feel like this book was written around all of the reasons that we founded Unique Genius, of all the reasons to help people buy back your time. We know that that's how you become the most efficient as an entrepreneur, of doing the things that you do best, that require only you, the things that fuel your fire and spark your energy so that you don't burn out, and the things that align with your mission and vision. And that's why we started with virtual assistants, is to help people work in their unique genius, to help them buy back their time. And he just describes it and goes through all the reasoning why and the exact methodology of how to do it and how it makes a difference as well. And another favorite thing that he talks about for me that I really believe in is that as entrepreneurs, we thrive in chaos. It's a skill. It's what drove many of us to become entrepreneurs, is that, that we want to thrive in chaos, thrive in solving problems, and thrive in busyness. And it's a strength for a while. It's a strength at times that we need to grind in our business, and that we can multitask and solve problems and not like go to the cuckoo bend when we are in chaos. But if you're really going to scale a company and become really successful in your business, a successful leader, and learn to love your life, you have to figure out how to get out of that chaos too, so that you can really work in the creativity of your business, get new ideas, not have burnout, and live this fulfilling life. And he talks a lot about that concept as well, because we as business owners can delegate, we can buy back our time, and then just go into other holes of creating more messes for ourselves in our lives.
Yeah. I mean, one of the favorite things that he said in there is 80% done is 100% awesome. So if you suck at hiring, if you suck at delegating, if you think you have to be doing everything, or if you're just an entrepreneur, this book is for you. And I don't promote books too often, but I really do love this book. And I really think it's a great listen or read for somebody that's out there that might be struggling or just needs a little bit more motivation to be able to offload some of those tasks. Maybe things they don't even think about that they need to get rid of to help, build and grow. So
yeah.
Great book.
So yeah, we'll be doing lots of exciting stuff with that as well.
Yeah. But season 2 got another great lineup of speakers for everybody to listen to. I'm excited for the ones that are coming up, and it's just so fun. Not only in like being able to engage with them, like even the speakers or our guests that we knew, and we found out so much more about them through just going down that rabbit hole on a lot of these stories that we'll hear, learning about their life, business, family, personal, fitness, all those things. So it is fun to be able to just have open conversations, and they're so humble, they're so vulnerable when they get on here to be able to share everything with you, our viewers and our guests, so that you can help grow and learn from their life experiences.
So grateful to our guests for being so vulnerable, because they were so vulnerable, and that's what we really learn from, when people are willing to shed those layers of armor and let us in and see not what everyone sees on social media, but really, like, you can feel their hearts and almost like get into what that pain and those big pain felt like. So yeah, we have some great people lined up. It's going to be an incredible season 2. And we appreciate you again as the audience for supporting us, for sharing, for telling us what you like. The way to encourage, that's the way that we get out to people. We're doing this to help people know that they're not alone, to help people hear other people's stories And hopefully that makes you feel that you're not alone, know that you can overcome it, that you take some nugget from this to go, make yourself better, make your business better, do better things for your family. And so the way that more people can hear these awesome people's stories is for you to continue to share it with your friends. And we appreciate that.
Yeah. Other than, liking, sharing, subscribing, dropping us a comment or a review, like the best compliment you can give to us is letting somebody else know about In the Foxhole, because they may not know about it. And again, they're probably struggling just like you are at one point. Maybe they don't have that avenue or that tribe to talk to, because like me, I thought I was alone and only I can do this, and nobody was there to be able to talk to. And I was scared to ask for help. So hopefully that through listening to In the Foxhole, they'll be able to explore more avenues to be able to be more vulnerable to talk and ask for help, because it's hard. It is hard asking for help, but once you do it, it is so freeing. And it doesn't make you weak. It only makes you weaker by not asking. It makes you stronger by reaching out and saying, I need help. And I'll be the first to do it.
Yeah.
So.
And there are times for positivity. There are times that we're like, yes, let's all be positive. It's great to have a positive attitude. It's great with your team to walk in and be the leader that has that optimistic, great attitude, to be the light and to share that. We're not discounting that at all, but you have to have places that it's okay to ask for help. I remember in the first speech I heard you give, you talking about toxic positivity. And we can get in those moments where you just pretend everything's okay. And we've definitely been in those seasons where we just think we have to be strong. We think we have to be the leader of everything. And there is such a thing as toxic positivity.
The building's burning down. It's all right. Everything's going to be okay. Like the bank account's negative. It's okay. We'll figure it out later. Toxic positivity. Guilty.
So sometimes you gotta be real, be vulnerable, have a place to take a step back and regroup so that you can build it again.
All right. We're back, baby. Season 2 in the Foxhole. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned for our first guest. Woo!